In the realm of international politics, alliances are often forged on the basis of shared values, common interests, and strategic goals. Among the most significant of these alliances is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, also known as NATO, which has maintained peace and security among member nations for over 7 decades. However, the dynamics of international politics are ever evolving. In a shocking turn of events, Turkey, a key member of NATO, made the unprecedented decision to exit the alliance due to its stance on the Israel and Palestine conflict. This seismic shift in the geopolitical landscape has far-reaching implications not only for the Middle East, but for the entire world. In this video, we will delve into the complex web of factors that led to Turkey's exit from NATO, the consequences of this decision, and the potential ripple effects it may have on the international stage. Turkey's association with NATO dates back to 1952, when it became a member of the alliance. Its strategic location at the crossroads of Europe and Asia made it a vital partner for NATO during the Cold War era. Turkey's military capabilities and its control over the Bosphorus Straits, a crucial passage for the movement of naval vessels between the Black Sea and the Mediterranean, gave it a unique position within the alliance. Over the years, Turkey has been an active participant in various NATO missions, including those in the Balkans, Afghanistan, and the fight against ISIS. It has also hosted important NATO facilities and played a crucial role in the defense of Europe. The alliance, in turn, provided Turkey with a security umbrella, reinforcing its defense capabilities against potential threats from the Soviet Union and other adversaries. In recent years, Turkey's foreign policy has undergone a noticeable shift under the leadership of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and the ruling Justice and Development Party. This shift has been marked by a more assertive and independent stance on regional and global issues, often deviating from the interests of traditional NATO allies. One of the key areas where this shift has been particularly evident is Turkey's approach to the Israel and Palestine conflict. Historically, Turkey had maintained a balanced position, advocating for a two-state solution and playing a mediating role in negotiations. However, as Erdogan's government became more ideologically driven and assertive in its foreign policy, its stance on the Israel and Palestine conflict began to change. The turning point in Turkey's stance on the Israel and Palestine conflict can be traced back to the Gaza flotilla incident of 2010. A Turkish humanitarian flotilla attempting to break the Israeli blockade of Gaza was intercepted by Israeli forces, resulting in the deaths of several Turkish citizens. This incident led to a sharp deterioration in Turkey-Israel relations, with Turkey demanding an apology and compensation from Israel. As a result of this incident, Turkey began to adopt a more vocal and critical stance towards Israel. Erdogan's government denounced Israeli actions in Gaza, calling them state terrorism and demanding that Israel be held accountable for its actions. This marked a departure from Turkey's previous policy of maintaining diplomatic relations with Israel, while also criticizing its actions in the Palestinian territories. In subsequent years, Turkey's rhetoric against Israel escalated further. Erdogan openly criticized the United States for recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and moving its embassy there in 2018. He also accused Israel of committing genocide against Palestinians, reflecting a sharp departure from the diplomatic language traditionally used by Turkish leaders. Another significant shift in Turkey's policy was its growing support for Hamas, the Palestinian militant group that controls the Gaza Strip. While many Western nations, including NATO members, consider Hamas a terrorist organization, Turkey welcomed its leaders and provided a platform for their political activities. Turkey's support for Hamas included hosting the group's leaders, providing financial assistance, and facilitating its diplomatic engagement. Turkey's support for Hamas has not only strained its relations with Israel, but also raised concerns among its NATO allies, who view Hamas as a destabilizing force in the region. As Turkey's stance on the Israel and Palestine conflict became increasingly at odds with those of NATO allies, tensions within the alliance began to simmer. NATO, traditionally focused on collective defense against external threats, found itself grappling with internal divisions over Turkey's foreign policy choices. Several NATO members, including the United States and European nations, expressed their discomfort with Turkey's alignment with Hamas and its confrontational stance towards Israel. They argued that NATO should remain a forum for military cooperation rather than a platform for political disputes. However, NATO also faced a dilemma. Turkey remained a strategically important member of the alliance, with its military capabilities and geographical location being critical to the security of Europe. Moreover, the alliance's founding treaty did not provide a clear mechanism for expelling or suspending a member state. As tensions within NATO continued to mount, the breaking point came when Turkey announced its decision to leave the alliance. This decision, which shocked the international community, was primarily attributed to its deepening differences with NATO member states, particularly on the Israel and Palestine conflict. Turkey's exit from NATO was a complex process that involved the withdrawal of Turkish troops from NATO missions and the closure of NATO facilities on Turkish soil. The move marked a historic moment as Turkey became the first member to voluntarily leave the alliance. Turkey cited several reasons for its decision to leave NATO, with its stance on the Israel and Palestine conflict being the primary catalyst. Erdogan's government argued that NATO's failure to condemn Israeli actions and its continued support for Israel were incompatible with Turkey's foreign policy objectives and principles of justice. Furthermore, Turkey expressed frustration with what it saw as a lack of solidarity and support from NATO members during the Gaza conflict. Erdogan's government felt that the alliance's failure to take a stronger stance against Israel undermined its credibility and effectiveness in the Middle East. Turkey's departure from NATO had immediate and significant consequences for the alliance. It disrupted ongoing NATO missions in which Turkey had been involved, necessitating the reallocation of resources and responsibilities among remaining member states. The loss of Turkey's strategic location also posed challenges for NATO's defense posture. The alliance had relied on Turkey's control of the Bosporus Straits to secure access to the Black Sea, and its exit raised questions about how NATO would address this vulnerability. Additionally, Turkey's departure strained relations within NATO, as some member states supported Turkey's decision, while others viewed it as a betrayal of the alliance's principles and a blow to its cohesion. This division further weakened NATO's ability to respond cohesively to emerging security challenges. Turkey's exit from NATO had profound implications for the Middle East, where its foreign policy had become increasingly assertive. Without the constraints and expectations of the alliance, Turkey was able to pursue a more independent foreign policy agenda in the region. One of the immediate consequences was Turkey's deepening engagement with regional actors that were at odds with NATO's interests. This included closer ties with Russia and Iran, both of which had strained relations with the alliance. Turkey's alignment with these countries on various issues, such as Syria and energy cooperation, shifted the dynamics of regional politics. Furthermore, Turkey's support for Hamas and its confrontational stance towards Israel persisted and intensified after leaving NATO. This allowed Turkey to position itself as a champion of Palestinian rights in the region, but it also exacerbated tensions with Israel and contributed to the continued deadlock in the Israel and Palestine conflict. Turkey's decision to leave NATO due to its stance on the Israel and Palestine conflict marked a historic turning point in international politics. It underscored the evolving dynamics of alliances and the challenges of maintaining cohesion within diverse organizations. The consequences of Turkey's exit from NATO were felt on multiple levels. The alliance faced disruptions in its operations and a loss of strategic significance, while the Middle East witnessed a more assertive Turkey pursuing its foreign policy objectives with greater freedom. As Turkey's foreign policy continued to evolve in the years following its exit, the international community watched closely, recognizing that this significant departure from a long-standing alliance would have far-reaching implications for the region and the world. The legacy of Turkey's decision to leave NATO would continue to shape the dynamics of international politics for years to come, with lasting effects on the balance of power and diplomacy in the 21st century. Thank you for sticking with me all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure the notification bell is turned on so you don't miss a video.